This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by
Freekeene.com.
So some of you may have seen the much maligned, heavily publicized mainstream press interview with New Hampshire State Rep Susan DeLamas. It was from roughly mid-December.
If the CPD criteria were used in the first Republican debate, you would have been the only candidate on stage.
Where she seems to imply that Donald Trump is reading her mind. I watched the interview. I thought it was closer to being passionate than it was to being batshit. When I ambush interviewed her on January 7th about Trump, she sort of gets the last laugh because her position on Trump winds up being vindicated a couple days later, at least based on Trump's positions. I was questioning her about the Bureau of Land Management and its standoff out in Oregon. Actually, sorry, not necessarily the BLM, but just the feds in general. Anyway, right after I did this interview, I saw a post about, I guess, Donald Trump actually raising concerns about the treatment of the citizenry in Oregon by the federal government, seeming to be more sympathetic to the rebels than Obama. But anyway, let's hear what the questions and answers were before this post appeared. Oh, and by the way, some more background. Susan's husband, Jerry, was a fairly prominent figure in the Bundy Ranch standoff around 2013, and that's why I bring him up in the conversation.
Representative DeLamas?
Yes.
A question for you. I can't remember what it is, but I know I have one for you.
Oh, no.
Okay, with regard to Mr. Trump, you're a Trump supporter, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the most well-known Trump supporters at this point. But I'm wondering, I followed Jerry pretty closely when he was out at the Bundy Ranch, and I keep finding myself wondering whether he'd even be alive right now if Donald Trump were president under that situation. I wonder that I worry that Donald Trump would be more likely to crack heads on a situation like that than Obama was.
I don't know about that. I think I disagree with you on that.
I sure hope you're right.
Yeah. I mean, right now Jerry is really objecting to them doing what they're doing, what the Bundys are
In Oregon?
In Oregon.
Yeah.
So he has gone out hopefully to mediate and see if he can cool the situation and get people to go home. And I think they've made their point, and it's trespassing and it's federal property. So, and as far as what happened out in with the Bundys in Nevada, I would hope that Mr. Trump would have listened to the complaints of the citizens and probably have backed the BLM down and not had that situation in the first place.
I guess it's been done once. It can be done again.
Well, hopefully, we had constitutional sheriffs who were really true constitutionalists. They would have taken care of that situation and it never would have happened. So.
Is he already out there? Is Jerry in Oregon right now? Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, he's coming back on Monday.
All right.
It's just it's not like he's gone back. He's gone out there with his truck and everything.
Yeah.
He flew out, and he's actually got a gentleman named Matt Ruiz, and he's a documentary guy. He's got his cameras and everything.
Is he at that federal building itself?
I think he's probably going to speak to the guys. I don't know if he's actually in that building.
Oh, okay.
I know he's got a hotel that we booked in Burns, so he's not like staying over there or staying at night or anything, or camping in Oregon. He's just out there seeing what can be done, if anything. Okay. And he's also filming a documentary so that we can see what's going on and what all sides are.
All right, good. Well, best wishes for safety and all that.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.
This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by
Freekeene.com.
Driving in circles around Central Keene, I hurl both insults, angry and mean, against the activists from Free Keene, who wander around thinking as though they were free, and even though they aren't hurting me, I will hate them hatefully, urging their appearance in the penitentiary, although that expense would be charged to